play a game.
When all else fails, reboot the fucking thing. Hello, Cyril, Holy Trucker, Ian Bradley, Gav, Florian, Elliot, and Lord Vectron, and Mark B. I just unplugged it and plugged it back in again. Now it's fine, apparently. Seems okay. I'll go back to the start, shall I? Nah, what would we do that for? All right. Hang on, we're going to do the free pussy joke. Hey, free pussy! Okay. Yay, sound. Good. Yep. Clearly a good start. I should have known because the light's not on. It is now. Anyway, we've got the Class 802 in Great British Railway livery with an ugly nose, but that's okay. And we've got 4 new scenarios. There's one on the Riviera Line. I'm going to run this one tonight. Take control of a unique service during the peak of summer that has been put on to celebrate the history of the Riviera Line while visiting historic landmarks along the railway. Flying the Flag is on East Coast Main Line, the route that desperately needs some love, but in the meantime set it at fog 30% and you will be fine. You won't be able to see how ugly it is. Drive the first passenger service on the new GBR livery. Snow Stopper, which of course you have to say carefully. Hello, Andy lad. Weave through track closures and late trains during a cold snap in the West Country, also on Riviera. Can't park there, sir. This one at least sounds vaguely funny. On the East Coast Main Line, a car has caused a level crossing to fail, delaying passenger service on the East Coast Main Line. So, that's not all. Why is the cat still there? Go away. Go on. Piss off. Ah, bloody cat. Hang on. Let me find the cat and manually turn it off. Why is it there? What if I put on one of the other cats? Now we'll get 2, won't we? Yep. Oh, the other one went away. Okay, well that works. What has got the cat all excited? There it is. Boop. Okay, now if I run it this way, does it work? Does it go away? Yep. Okay, good. We're back to normal. Okay. The other ones are the old one. Good. You also get, so not just 4 services, not just a train that is basically blue with a yellow face. You also get some services. So if we go to, I don't need to do this. Yes, I do. Go on the route and we go East Coast Main Line, Peterborough, Doncaster, timetable, and I'm pleased to say these services are in both the reduced for the poor Gen 8 people and Peterborough, Doncaster for the NASA computer people. And we have the 802, and there are 2 services in here. One is for the 802/0. There's a special one, 1Z78, York to London's King's Cross. I'm told this stops everywhere. I haven't played it, don't know. An hour long makes me think it doesn't stop everywhere at all. But anyway, if we go back and we choose the 802/1 and do 1Z, we'll find a different service. King's Cross to Leeds. So, surprise, you go the other way. Peterborough, Doncaster, Doncaster, Peterborough. Surprise. Okay, let's go over to Riviera. It's getting into summer. Surely we're going to see girls in bikinis, right? Did I say that? I didn't say that. It's not like it's on the internet or anything. In this one, the 8020 and the 8021 both have services, and it's the same two services, doesn't matter which train you pick. London Paddington to Plymouth and Plymouth to London Paddington, which is of course Plymouth to Exeter St David's and Exeter St David's to Plymouth. No great surprise there. Catching up with the chat. Elliot says, I don't find it ugly. The nose, as I'm used to the GWR green with the yellow nose, so I think it goes well. Look, the livery, I don't think it's a bad livery by any means. I do get that it's divisive. I also get that people go, well, I could have made that. Yes, you could, but you wouldn't get the services or the scenarios, and it's a whole $5. So, you know, is it really that bad? Anyway, let's go and play it. Play a scenario. I think we should. Oh yeah, I've got to start my rail driver thingy, don't I? Let me get that organised. Key maps, button, load button map. It's forgotten how to load my button map by itself, so I have to do it every time I start it. Yay. All right. Where is this thing? There it is. The 802 GBR. This is the one we want. Boop. Okay. Holy Trucker says, I bet this livery looks nice with blurry textures. Meanie. Alex Toyne says, hi, how is everyone doing? I'm doing okay, Alex. Hopefully you are as well. I was a little bit sad at work today because, you know, restructures and that sort of shit. But that's okay. We can't talk about that because I'll get fired. Again? What? Yes. Good morning and welcome to Exeter. Today you will be driving a special service being put on to celebrate the railway, taking passengers to historic areas along the Riviera Line. And this time it won't end in a crash, honest, because I might have driven this before and not been paying attention. For the first part of this service, you'll be driving the train to Newton Abbot. Once there, couples to the other train waiting for you. That might well be the one I crashed into. We'll pretend that that ever happened because you didn't see it, and it's fine. I do have it recorded if it amuses anybody enough. Set the headlight control to dimmed. Shouldn't we let the passengers in? Probably. Set it. There we go. And left side, right side, right side. Yes, we've set the headlights to ADHD. What? No, dim. Yes, dim. That's it. Okay, and we've got a green signal in front of us, so no DRA required, and get back to the chat. Cat wants Holy and Vectron. Lord Vectron says, finally a TSW 6 release for Gen 8. Well, you might say that, you know. It's in the timetable for Gen 8, but the train's not for Gen 8, I don't think. I think it's only for Gen 9, because I think the one it's based on is only for Gen 9. I think. Anyway, wait till 11.12. God, you want to look at it, do you? Surprise. There it is. It says GBR. That shouldn't surprise you at all. And we've got a brand new, lovely icon. Oh, wait, it's the old one. Okay, yes. Actually, it's not quite the old one. I haven't really compared it, but I'm told it actually is slightly different. It's off by some teeny-weeny angle, and it's a couple of millimeters different one way or the other, and it's... Yep. And it's Great British Railways. With, of course, some great British people inside. There they are. Great British people. Here's some more great British people. And some more great British people. And a pair of serial killers and a great British person. Nice. Okay. So time to go? It's time to go. Lock the doors. Just move around to my desk a little bit. And... I suppose I should set it to forward, shouldn't I? Not reverse. Ooh, hang on. Not off either. You know what else I haven't done? I haven't turned on safety systems. We'll do it the easy way. It's fine. Get moving! Yes, boss. Should I look and see if that signal's still actually green? Or we just assume it is? Andy says the pack seems so divisive, and people saying it's a scam like the usual suspects clearly have no idea what a scam actually is. Yes, a scam means that they take your money and you get nothing, and then they take the rest of your money because you're an idiot and you left the door open. Holy Trucker says lol. Lord Vectron says exactly, Andy, you buy something and get something, call it a rip-off or bad value, but a scam it ain't. Ah, yes. There you go. You've seen the whole train now. Right, good. We'll just end the stream there, right? Good. Okay, done. No, I'm kidding. Look, gratuitous sprint shot. Flying Southerner says, morning Paul, how's it going? I'm going okay because I wasn't one of the people sacked today. That makes me happy. Makes me sad for the people that were, because I know a lot of them. But you know, it is what it is. Our state is bankrupt. So state organisations like the one I work for drop people like hot potatoes. Popcorn. Anyway, hello Neil TV8. Welcome. Ian says, how do you get this? Is it included with something or separate? Well, you just buy it, basically, on your store. Tomorrow. It's £5.99. I think it's $7.99 or €7.99 as well. American dollars, that is. Australian dollars, it's probably about, what, 10? 11? Elliot Jerry, thank you for the £2, mate. Really appreciate that. And you like the GWR shirt. Excellent. So do I. I actually quite like the GWR itself. I quite enjoyed going through the various facilities I found in the UK last year, which were all about the GWR. Even a few unexpected ones in Manchester that it's just a plaque on a wall. I didn't know that when I went there, but I found out quickly enough. Off we go to Dawlish on the Riviera Line. To finish the question, after you've bought it, if you have East Coast Main Line and or Riviera, you can run the built-in scenarios and timetable. If you don't have them, you'll have to use it in free roam wherever you like, because of course it supports both electricity and diesels. What's that, Greta? Oh, God, she's close. Too close and too fast. That's okay. You guys are used to it. There we go. Fixed it. Do you say we've always wondered what happens if you push the DRA button when you're moving? I'm not going to find out now. We might do that at some point. Andy says, totally agree. Even with Maverick or whatever they went with the scam video. Oh, look. People can do that. You know, it's the internet. They're free to do whatever they want. Free speech, all that kind of thing. I support them being allowed to say it. You don't necessarily support what they say, but you know, it's just a train, it's a skin, it's got a couple of scenarios, it's got a couple of services. What you're really paying for is the scenarios, I guess. But anyway, if you want it, you want it. If you don't want it, well, that's okay. That's fine, you don't have to have it. Andy says, have they done the interior as well? Ooh, hang on. It's actually a good question. That's a good question. We'll just have to stop and put it in neutral. I could look in the window, but you know, this is more dramatic. Come on, come to a stop. I'll keep reading chat. We will go and look at the interior right away. Quick and to the point too, says Vectron. Gav says, yes we could. Flying Southerner laughing. Victor says, morning everybody. Hello Victor. Welcome along. Gav's Photography, the quickest video we've ever done. Andy says that sucks, people have lost their jobs. Yes it does, very much so. Right, neutral should be fine. Just got a DM from Jamie. Alright, so this looks pretty much the same to me. I don't spot anything different there. Now, are the chairs different? Come on, there we go. They are different, aren't they? So this is scumbag class, isn't it? Do the toilets work? No, but someone's got COVID. Emergency dildo cupboard. No. That's for Maverick. What? No. More chairs with tables. Ooh. Special. Posh. No USB ports, though. Ah, they're in your bum. Okay, you put the plug in your bum. That makes sense. Down there somewhere. Good-o. Man, this thing has a lot of doors. Do toilets work? No. What do you think of Great British Railways? Oh, hang on. You're from Dovetail. You'll love it. Everyone's from Dovetail. 38 months, Florian. Man, thank you. Florian's been a member for an enormous amount of time. So it looks kind of like the whole train's this way, doesn't it? Ooh, hang on. First class. This is the seat I sat in. Yep, this was a good seat, this was. No one could sit near me. I was home and hosed. I thought it would be quiet and peaceful. And then a lady with a baby sat there, and it didn't stop crying from the moment the train started to move until the moment it stopped. Okay, back we go. Back to the cabin. Holy Trucker says all the money going towards mosques. Won't go there. Victor says this is just a visual reskin. I'm not sure, actually. I'm going to run the other one and have a look, but you know, it looks pretty much the same thing to me. I don't know if they changed the moquette or not. I'll have to look at the other one. Sim by the mile, the livery looks good, but it really should be free, as this was already on the Content Creator Club. Dovetail should have been paid by the government anyway to showcase it originally. They potentially were, I don't know. As for the Creators Club, it should never have been on the Creators Club, as should none of the copyright stuff be on the Creators Club, because it's against terms of service. It's one of the other fun things is people keep going, there's this conspiracy about taking it off. No, they delete everything that gets reported that's copyright. If you've got some other copyright stuff on there, report it. They'll delete it. If you want it to stay there, don't report it. It's pretty simple. And someone fastidiously reports all of these is what I'm guessing. But anyway, that's okay. Neil says one of the airlines I used to fly with ceased operations. Yeah, Spirit. They died. They did indeed. I did listen to a radio transmission from their last flight pilot. It was quite sad, really. And United Airlines crashed into a truck. I was impressed. It wasn't even an airport truck. It was a truck on a freeway that United Airlines crashed into while landing. Yay, United! Flying Southerner says, I've got a question. Seeing as this is a GBA service, does it say GBR or GWR on the announcements? Ooh, interesting question. We better listen for that one, eh? Hello, Hawks. Welcome along. Neil says, yep. And interior shown. I can show it to you again at Dawlish if you like. And he says, personally, I see this is just the same as the HST pack that came out. You get the livery in a few services if you want to buy it. Yes, if not, just walk on by. Yeah, exactly. If you don't like it, don't like it. That's fine. Get it on a sale when it's $1. It'll be fine. And he says it's slightly different. It doesn't have the branding, but I think the colour is different as well. My gut feel is the colour's different, but I want to spawn one of the other ones and we'll find out. Hawk says something to be said about how this is quickly becoming the standard. Gav says, and the truck survived. Not much damage. I thought it got turned over on its side. It certainly looked quite uncomfortable in a cab from the in-cab video where the poor driver's gone, "Way, what the fuck?" Typical trains, everything happens at the same time. I'm back in a real train on Friday, happy to say. I'm starting at 6:15 a.m, firing one of our little coal beasts and taking it for a single trip to our midpoint station and back, where I get the best thing ever. I hand it to someone else for the afternoon shift who has to clean it at the end of the day. Suits me fine. Knocking the fire out is the worst job. Holy Trucker says, only played the HST one once and haven't touched it since. Oh, there has been one other change actually. The 802/0, which did not support Rail Driver or TSCX controller, now does. Fixed a bug. Thank you. Andy Ladd says, I'd imagine the relevant companies have legal people trolling the Creator Club looking and reporting copyright material. That is potential, but I would think our ever-loving particular Creators Club fanatics are probably doing that for them. The same people that troll stuff on YouTube. It looks alright in the sunlight, but I still think it's weird with that nose. It just doesn't quite look right to me. It's like it was an afterthought. And I get that the nose probably has to be yellow because there's probably some legal or regulation or something like that. And look at me going way too fast. How unusual. But it just looks weird that it's that colour. No attempt whatsoever to design the yellow into the livery. It's just a hard line. It's like, no, it's got to be yellow, mate. She's fine. It's all good. Stop's good. Had to say hello. Seemed necessary anyway. Andy says, I imagine... Oh, Lord Vectron says, I doubt the companies care. They're not using revenue over skins. You'd be surprised. I wouldn't actually be surprised if what Andy says is happening, but I think they have an army of trolls as well. I don't think they need to do it themselves. Hawk says, do you have timings? Might venture up. For my holiday? It'll happen. Oh, on Friday. Yeah. We roll out at 10 o'clock. Usual time. I'm far enough from the station. Let me see if it's... Where's my working timetable? That's what I need. Bookmarks. Railway. Let me check what timetable it actually is. With 3.5 k's from Dawlish. It is... Oops, let's get that. And it'll be May 15? No. May 8th. May 8th. It's 9:16. It's timetable 2. Okay, let me get the actual timetable now and give you the times. Bookmarks. Railway. Timetable. No, that one. Working timetable, and I want 202502, I think is the one I want. Or is it that one? Might be that one. It's this one. Okay, timetable 2. Not paying any attention to my train at the moment at all. Leaving Belgrave 10 o'clock, Menzies Creek 10:23 to 10:35, Lakeside at 11 o'clock where I get my break. And then I will be 12:25 out of Lakeside, 12:52 to 1 o'clock Menzies Creek, 1:20 at Belgrave. There you go. Did all that without even looking at my train. That's how clever I am. Look at that, not even speeding. Weird. Lord Vectron says, but it's a term things the DTG are obligated to once they are aware. They are indeed, because they put those terms there, but they put those terms there more for the railway companies that have allowed their liveries to be used, I think. Some have. Ian Bradley says it's going to be the standard as UK government are rationalising the railways to public ownership. They are indeed. Ours are publicly owned, but they are run by operators. But we own the tracks. Tracks are government run, and we own the rolling stock as well. Any rolling stock the operators buy becomes the property of the government at the end of the contract. Make the bastards invest, I say. Too fast again? No, well. Flying Southerner says, technically the headlights are bright enough you don't need a yellow nose. For instance, the EMR Class 810s has a silver one. Maybe they put it in the design because they like it. I don't know. Holy Trucker says, what's this DLC in Australian dollars? I don't know, because it's not released on the store yet, and I've already got it, so I wouldn't be able to see anyway. I'd have to... Actually, if I logged out and had a look at Steam, I suppose I could find out. Let me try that while we're coming into a station. That's a smart thing to do while driving into a station. So if I go to steampowered.com and don't log in, and I should probably start stopping, would be a good idea. And is it GBR? No, can't even find it yet. So I have to ask me tomorrow. Ask me tomorrow. I'll tell you on Discord. How bad will the overrun be? Not too bad. Not too shabby. I'll take that for something I wasn't even watching. Now, do you want to see the interior again now that we're at Dawlish?
This is a Great British.
Ah, thrown out. It's a Great British. The announcement said Great British. There we go. We know the answer to that question, so there's 2 changes. Hello, Mark Moss. Sim by the Mile said it used to be regulation that trains fronts had to be yellow to improve visibility. Why they normally feature it. It was removed in 2016, so they're now optional depending on the headlights. So why didn't they just not have it? It's so ugly. But then again, you know, I think any engine that's not black is ugly. Oh, hang on. I've got a green one on Friday, I think. What have I got on Friday? What loco have I got? Let's have a quick look. It is not yet declared. Okay. I guess we'll find out on Friday. I'll get there and it'll be on the board. Holy Tricker says, I'm pissed off with TSW6 at the moment because when my Xbox controller disconnects, it crashes the entire game. It's annoying after well into a run. Really? Well, that's a bit shit. I haven't actually encountered that. I shall have to try. Lord Vectron says, I have no idea how your Steam doesn't show prices by owning it. I can see price of things I own. It shows a little in-library flag. Hey, Casual. I don't know why. Let me have a look in the main Steam client. Manage my DLC. And this one probably hasn't even got a store page yet. No, it goes straight to the home page. It has no store page as yet. Well, no public store page anyway. We're in the nice looking part of the route with a picturesque digger. And we're going too fast again. Naughty. Hey, so naughty. I want my money back. Okay. It's all good. Not a problem. Ah, dark. Yep. It's very dark. Have we got a light on or something? Or are we bleeding in lights from the passenger space? Oh, there we go. That's better. Yeah, that's much better. Why was the light on? Why aren't I watching out the front? That would be smart. It's very picturesque along here, so we're right on the outside. But we might want to go this way so we can actually see our signals. And down a bit, and back a bit. There we go. See, this angle looks nice. Can't see the horrible nose. That's okay, people will get used to it. They'll get used to their favourite brands gradually fading away and being replaced with this. Much as people got used to the BR brand fading away when it got replaced with all the others. It is life, changes happen. Casual says, forgot about this pack, should make a video or something. Yeah, probably. You can stream it now, there's plenty of internet for both of us. Andy Ladd says, I miss travelling up and down here most weekends. It's a gorgeous place to travel. I am trying to elbow it into this year's trip. Mark B says, a small patch came out for GWE and Riviera. Yes, that, and probably East Coast Main Line too, I would imagine. That will be the timetable support for the train. Am I supposed to stop here? I am. Whack the button. Whack the button. Whack the button. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I feel a Nebworth happening. Yep. Look at that. The train was still in the platform when it gave me an objective failure. That's just mean. Oh well. Now we're going to remember how to reset the damn thing. Boop.
Welcome aboard this great British railway. Service to Paynton.
Don't have to do anything to reset it.
Newton Abbot, Torquay, and
Can we go back? Is there a signal behind us? There's no signal. Right, we're going back. Maybe? Ah, finally, it's going to move. Okay. You can just see the whole thing slide by. Well done with the 3 Nebworths. Flying Southerner says my local TOC is being nationalised at the end of the month. What's your local one? Southerner? Probably Southern? British Ace will be happy. Not. Casual not really enjoying streaming. That is sad. That is very sad. I kind of enjoy streaming because I like the company while I'm playing the game, to be honest. I actually play the game more on stream than I do on my own, except when I'm recording stuff. Good enough. Forward. Bing.
PPWS and AWS operational.
Florian says, great start for the GBR. Yep. Flying Southern. Yep, it's Southern, the light green one. That's sad. I like the Southern livery. It's quite a nice one, but it'll probably take 5 years before it disappears. There we go. That's enough. They're not going to get in anyway. We know that. I think the doors are closed. Well, off we go. Can't bump the nose when it's moving. Flying Southerner says, or the dark green, white, or even red one, depending on what stock gets assigned. Ah, yes, the GX. The Gatwick Express. What do you think of the Gatwick Express, Greta, and all of those airlines pumping out for all those nice chemtrails?
How dare you?
Yeah, she's back. It's good to know. We're doing the ultimate insult to her at the moment. We're driving an electric train by powering it with diesel. Excellent. Casual said, might be through lack of DLC that's grabbing my attention. I'd love some older UK stuff. Steam locos, really. Yes, I get that. I understand. World of Subways is on special on Steam. World of Subways 1, 2 and 4, but not 3. So 1 is the path between New Jersey and New York, and 2 is Berlin. 3 that's not on sale is London, and 4 is New York, 7 line. World of Subways 4 is actually my favourite of the 4 of them. Ian says, Greta does make me laugh. Well, that's why she's there, mate. One day I'll get sick of her and I'll come up with something else, like a toad or something. What do you think of that, Greta? Should I replace you with a toad?
How dare you?
Yeah, I thought that's what you'd say. It's It's a good thing is she's on the edge there to get even creepier. Mali Zab. Looks like an XPT. Really? One of our XPTs has just been painted in its original late 1970s candy livery. And naturally, there's thousands of shots of this train now with the soundtrack I Want Candy. Yep. Kind of think I started it. Ian says she makes you laugh in real life as well. She's a strange critter. If she stuck to one form of activism, I'd probably have more respect, but no, she just flits around whatever's popular at the moment. Popular activist. Unpopular if you are her target, which, you know, the longer I use her on streams, one day I just know I'll get a letter. I'll get a cease and desist. Marley Darb says, I've seen it. It's one of it. It looks like the HSTs. Not really. The HSTs have a square face. These things have a round face. And the HSTs don't open up at the front. So it's not really like an HST. In so much as it looks like a train, I suppose you could say it looks like an HST. Flying Southerner says, talking the GX, I applied for an onboard supervisor position on the red trains. We'll see what happens with that one. You know what you'll be saying for the rest of your life? Can you move your suitcase? Your suitcase is in the aisle. I need you to move your suitcase. Train Tracer Andy says, well, only 38 minutes late. Only like every steam rail tour. Yeah, it's true. As Andy says, now it's tad harsh and untrue. Nah, it's pretty right. Steam rail's never on time. They usually break the train. The funny thing is when steam rail fail their steam engine, often the backup diesel fails too. Life. Poor bastards. They do try. I'm glad they try. There'd be a lot of stuff to rusting away crap if they didn't try. Florian says the candy livery at XPT is beautiful, brings back childhood memories. I do like the candy livery. It is my favourite of all of the liveries that's been applied to the XPT. The XPT, if you're wondering, English folks, is basically an HST. Except it's not. They have local built engines in them. Rolling into Newton Abbot. We have a red on the way in. This red's not for me, is it? No, it's fine. Red's for the other track. It's all good. Yep, the XPT is designed after the HST indeed. They basically copied it. Calling it now the Candy XPT set will be the one set aside for preservation in a decade. Quite possibly. That would be reasonable. I'm pretty sure it's being made as a set by one of the manufacturers as well. So expect to have your own. This one should clear. There it goes. We have got the little shunting signal next to the red. It's all good. Train Trace Andy said, Hawks, I mean, until you've been on a steam rail tour for 3 hours behind time, then shush. Hawks says, if only you do the half of it. And Andy wants to know if you're a volunteer. And Hawks laughs. Yes, I think Hawks is a volunteer. Ian says, trains are never delayed or late. Everyone watches and clocks are broken. Yes, good way of looking at it. I like that thinking. I actually don't mind when steam rail runs late, to be honest, because it's usually a bit entertaining. Hawk said, Lord Vectron, Opposition rerun, calling it for like the 4th time. And Andy says, Metro, please preserve a comming. There is one, I believe. I think we have to couple to this thing. This might be the train I crashed into when I was giving this a bit of a test. It might be. Hopefully it doesn't remember. Hopefully we did a successful mind wipe on the poor thing. And he said, used to come up and down here between Paddington and Plymouth often. Just got to stop short, I think. Pretty sure. Yep. That'll do. Good deal.
This is
Doors open or couple? Doors open. So used to come up here between Paddington and Plymouth often. It's primarily based in Plymouth when I was in the Royal Navy. Nice. Vectron says, already have the Candy and Country 90s blue. Next run I'll grab the CL0 2000s blue and that one. Chain Chase Randy says, also Paul been on to the doctors. They don't know if it's concussion or anything like that. Well, I'm glad you went, but I hope they figure it out. Maybe they can MRI your head or something. There's a way out accessible toilet. You can wee in the cafe. Hey, is this one of the stations with a cat? I think it is. Is it up here somewhere? No. Maybe it's not this station. Lost kitty. Shut up, train. I think it wants to do stuff. So in yes, doors are locked. Do I have to open the thing from inside somewhere? Must do. Couple?
welcome aboard this Great British Railways service to Paynton.
Surely I can't just run into it.
Paynton.
It still says Paynton and Paynton.
The next
Shut up.
station is Torquay.
No, not that one. That one. Right.
AWS and AWS operational.
How do I open the nose? Or do I just crash them into each other? There doesn't seem to be a hotspot on the door anywhere. I haven't tried to couple these before. Maybe you just crash them into each other. So, there's no climb up when crouched. Alright, we'll just try and crash it into it and we'll see what happens. Surely that'll work. Surely nothing bad could happen. You gonna laugh when they just bounce off each other? The forward prep button. No, I want to crash them into each other. I want to see what happens. I'm curious now. I needs to know. I don't want to hit it hard. I don't want to derail. I just want to see what it does. This is called experimentation. It's a physics experiment. And crumple, crash, crunch, munch. Ha! Look at that. Don't need to press any buttons at all. Good. Couple. Yes. So forward preparation would be putting on a rubber, and rear preparation would be lubricant. Right. Now that we've got that joke out of the way, I think it's safe enough to leave the safety systems on in here. That went off by itself, didn't it? Okay. That's fine then. Boop. Door. Door. It's very optimized, isn't it? Look at that optimization. That's amazing. Richie! So they let you in then? I'm surprised after what I told them. I told them we were bringing 15 kilos of cocaine. Did you bring one for the whole class? Or you just got one for you? Naughty. Do-do-do. Oh no, I didn't set the power handle to max brake in the other one. Back we go. Sigh. Should have read the directions. Everybody thought that was going to fail. But no, I won the internet, at least briefly. And then you get to laugh at me because I didn't follow the scenario's instructions. Can I go in? Thank you. Max break. No, not emergency. Tosser. Good. Andy says stand by for TSW physics. I bet you're all disappointed that that just worked. You wonder how I know it just worked? Because I crashed it into it yesterday. And it coupled up. So I kind of already knew. I left the master key in the other one, didn't I? Never mind. What's an extra master key between friends, huh? Set the headlight control to dim. Set it to Richie. There we go. Perfect. Unlock the doors. Boop, boop. Yep. Good. Good. Andy says you need to set the cab still. Yes. You're going to press that button in both cabs, probably. Have you done some experimenting? Crash them into each other. You're awake at 4 a.m, Richie Rail. Ooh. Power handle to off. Nope. Fair enough, Richie, still jet lagged. Gaz Photography says USA let Richie in. Richie says they thought Shan was armed. She actually has metal medical things built in places, so that was a fun one to explain. You know, if you carry your devices around with you, it's easier than a suitcase, I suppose. Andy says, have to admit that I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't go into orbit. I am too, to be honest. Lock the doors. I think I did that. I thought I'd done that. Okay, apply some power. Will it go with a master key in the other cab still there? That's a question. Apparently yes. Okay. Oh, it's always fun when it goes into orbit and you load the last checkpoint. Oh wait, that never works. Look behind you, mate. Great British Railways. Behind you. Yeah, turn, have a look. Behind you. No, all the way round. Oh, you missed it. Richie says, still working on UK time and travels for 14 hours, but only 9 hours past. Yes. Oops. Too fast again. Surprise. We'll just pretend that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Can't see a thing. See, look, fixed it. In case you can't tell, I'm in clown mode today. My little red nose. Have I got a little red nose here somewhere? No. No. Nothing so convenient. It's interesting because the day after I talked to Emirates about my flight, UAE got attacked again. Yay. Surely Richie's going to Las Vegas. Oh, Richie, you didn't leave Casual a present on the leather seats, did you? I bet you did. In Louisiana. Down in the French Quarter. No crime there at all, no. Get some good barbecue, though. I'm trying not to get eaten by an alligator in the swamp somewhere. Gav says that I'm on clown juice that Richie provided. I've actually only had water. Isn't that sad? It's not even any apple juice. Casual says he's actually vile. Yes. Yes, Andy, interest rates have gone up again today. 4.2, 4.5? 4.55? Something like that. Andy has only visited New York and LA. I have been to, I think from memory, 41 of the US states. There's only a few I haven't been to, like Flowrider. What's that white thing? Oh, stairs. Stairs to nowhere. I thought we were supposed to be getting some kind of guided tour or something on this scenario. Richie says we gave him a nervous breakdown. Shan panicked about the flights and I was panicking about if the door was locked. And then you farted. It's your third state as you stopped at Atlanta on the way. Ah, the Delta hub. Atlanta Airport is impressive with all of the gates until you've been to Dubai. That's a lot of gates. Some of them are on fire right now, but it's a lot of gates. Andy says you've never left Australia. Australia, mate. Don't need to go anywhere. I've got it all here. Just hope you're not flying Spirit there, Richie. Because if you were, you're not. Tim Smith, hello. It's nice of you. Just glad that Richie got there safe. I was surprised he got through customs, really, because, you know, we all reported him. I'd report you to the British customs, but there's never anybody at British customs. I've encountered people at immigration and I've been checked, but I've never actually seen anybody at customs. All my trips, not once. That's okay. I only look like a terrorist. And he says, I mean, Spirit died a few days ago. Yes, it was 2 days, wasn't it? I think. They had their last flight. There'll be a whole lot of repossession flights now, though. So you'll still see, if you're a Spirit fan, you will see Spirit fly again. At least a little while. Gav sent info to customs as well. Excellent. Richie says Atlanta Airport is awesome, well connected, easy to get around, considering it's the busiest airport in the world. Is it really? You can tell it's not in California because, you know, it wouldn't be well organised. Andy's going to steal a banana plane. Yep, Spirit Wings, the flying banana. It's one of the meme videos on the internet. One that says, remind me to never fly Spirit. Sudden says, hello to Richie and Shan. Richie says, and we flew with Delta, almost missed the connection as they got the gate wrong and we had to Terminal F to C in about 10 minutes. Ah, well done. But you just stick your hand up there and go, cut people. Neil says JetBlue has more opportunities now. Yes, it does. JetBlue's actually quite a good airline, to be honest. We're not supposed to stop here, are we? Stuff you tore. I don't mind JetBlue. As budget airlines go, it actually kind of looks after you. You get 2 peanuts and a soft drink. Spirit, you get nothing. Well, definitely nothing now. Tree Sim World, yay! What about this angle? More trees, yay! The cool thing about standing still is you don't see the route pop in. Southerner says to Richie, good, chilling, how's your holiday? I think Richie's holiday sucks because he's up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Is Shan awake as well, or is it just you? Andy says you get that for free? Yes, you do. So what happened to the special tour we were going to get in this scenario? That's why I played it, because there'd be a special tour. But there's no special tour. Richie says flew with Virgin Atlantic on the first leg, free drinks, a meal and afternoon tea. That is normal on international flights. You always get free drinks. Why? Because they want you to sit down, shut up and hold on. And the drunker you get, the more they can make you sit down. I, on the other hand, will be flying Illuminati Airways, otherwise known as Emirates. Andy says, what about Ryanair hot food? Probably worse than a V-Line hot dog. Yes. I think V-Line heat their hot dogs for about a week before they put them on the train. Doggy, doggy. Everybody off. Andy says, been to some lovely places around the world like New York, LA, Seoul and Tokyo, and some not so desirable places like Afghanistan and Iraq. Yes, that would be a challenge. As the radio announcer John Laws once said, I went to Iraq and the only thing I found was sand, sand, sand and more fucking sand. He got censured for that because he said it on air. They got upset. All the old ladies that listened to him. Richie says, just you awake, 3 a.m. UK time, been sleeping ever since. Fair enough. Not surprising you were knackered. Flying Southerner wants to go to Spain. Excellent. And he says they do something with the hot dog. Well, as long as it doesn't involve anything with insertion, it's okay. It's very reflective, this livery, isn't it? Look at that magnificent signal box reflected in the train. What are we doing after this? Paynton, max break. That's it. We shut down at Paynton. 1.9 miles to Paynton. Yes, never insert foreign objects or you will experience Paynton. Andy says the livery is as shiny as our 7-Eleven's paint job. It is indeed. The blue and gold steam engine. Hello, Pete UK. How are you? Welcome along. We, funnily enough, are driving a red and blue thing that's hiding in a tree. And another tree. On Tree Sim World. I was at speeding all those times, but now I'm late. Oh yeah, reversing after a Nebworth. No one can beat a plane, says Andy. Tell that to the bread truck. The smoke box was so shiny. Oh, it'll become unshiny, don't worry. Andy says, ironically, in both Afghanistan and Iraq, we got snowstorms. Never expected that. Well, it does get cold in the desert. Hot and torturous during the day and quite cold at night time in a lot of them. Not universally, but a lot of them. Can't say I've experienced either of those two, though. And both, thank you for your service, and I'm sad you had to go there. Pete says, I'm amused in his video for this livery. British Ace seems to think the Isle of Wight is not part of Great Britain. Strange. I could understand thinking the Isle of Skye is not part of Great Britain because I believe it's contested. But the Isle of Wight I would have thought was part of the deal, judging by all the Union Jack flags and the St George's crosses everywhere. The trailer of the truck survived too, says Gav. Did it end up on its side though? It looked quite violent. For a change, I'm not speeding. Richie's going to try and go back to sleep. Good luck, mate. Toss, turn, stare at the ceiling, toss, turn. Poke Shan so she's awake as well. Today we have Gap in the Tree Sim world. Andy says one of your cats is lying near the heater and the other one wants to be harassed by pets. Fair enough. We haven't got any heaters on. Came home, it's warm enough. Just wear a jumper, it's all good. Gav says, yes, poke Shan. Shan's not one to let that lie lightly, you know. There would be consequences. Goridavant, hello. When do you think the roadmap details will drop? Later today would be my bet. Would be my bet. Babe, flying southerner. She'll get you. Good reaction, Andy. Just remember, Southerner, she probably knows where you live. She'll come and hurt you.
This is Payton.
Only one Payton.
This is the Great British Railway. Service to Payton.
Don't know if Shan needs a whacking tool. She's got hands. Andy thought we were going to Paddington. No, Payton, mate. Payton. Has anybody tried to go this way? Actually, I haven't tried to go down here at all. Makes you want to try, doesn't it? If we can set a path down here, or is it outside the playable area? Scenery is certainly getting a little dead. Oh, there we go. End of the world. No. Oh, the land's got collision on. Look, there's more track. More track. How far does this go? I think maybe this goes to another country. It's rather a long way. Anyway. All the passengers left the train, complete to Payton sidings. Ooh. We're going down there. Cool. We have the shunting signal. I've never been down here. You want a refund? You got scammed, Andy. Oh well. We have the little shunting signal. Don't panic. It's okay. You only paid 15 AUD. You got a discount, Andy. We end up in the sea to see Richie. We'll end up at Land's End if we carry on too much further. I'm going to head off. See you later, Vectron. Thank you for dropping in. Hello, Medway Enjoyer. Welcome along. I've never been down here. I'm going to have to try and drive down here at some point. Seems necessary. Kiwi Van Man, hello to you. I think that was Vectron's stop. Can we see the interior? Yes, we can. We will return to free roam and go into the interior, and I should have stopped by now. I am keeping well, thank you, William. I hope you're good as well. Tim Smith says I'm thinking of getting the digital barn route for my birthday in the Expert BR101. I hope you like pain. Set the power handle to max brake. Didn't I just do that? No. Not emergency. Max brake. There we go. Boop. Good work, driver. We'll get kicked out of here in a moment, but there we go. Let's just go back to continue in there. Oh, we can't. That's annoying. All right. All right, we'll do snow stopper then. What time is it? Yeah, it's fine. It's only 10 minutes past 8. How do you do a refund on your poll? Ooh. 13% scam.
Train to arrive at platform 1 will be the 0721 Great Western Railway service from Exeter St David's. This train will terminate here.
Good. Thank you for coming short notice. The driver you're covering for couldn't make it in time. We better turn on these so that we actually hit all the blue things so we don't upset anyone. I didn't even know these stairs were here. How about that? Your train does not have a driver, so it will be cancelled. Oh no! That never happens. Right then. We'll just do what we're told because it's scenario, and if you don't do what you're told, scenarios get upset. Boop.
TPWS
Viper?
and AWS operational.
More Viper? Oh, there it goes. It did work. I don't want to go on slow, don't we? More Viper. That'll do. It's probably too fast. Andy says, I think a few services start decidings, but I don't remember finishing in them. And how do you get a refund on your poll? Medway Explorer says, in my birthday, which is in 3 days, I'll be buying the Medway Valley line. It's well worth the cash. And the UK expansion pack, which has the MML, Southeastern High Speed Class 700 and RHTT. Is the Humble Bundle still on? Let's have a look. Humble Bundle TSW. Train Sim Expedition. Is this the first? Is this it? No, it's not it. Wrong one. This one. Yeah, this one. It's still active. Let me share this. Let me just get rid of all the tracking crap off it though. Don't need tracking crap. That should still work. Yep. There is a Humble Bundle which has got quite a lot of stuff, and you pay to get things but not paying retail. It's if you haven't got the DLC, it's quite a good deal. If you do have the DLC, it's not a good deal. How late will we be? I don't know. See how long it takes to get this running. Dawlish, Tynemouth, Newton Abbot, Totnes, Ivy Bridge, Plymouth. Ah, it's a fair trip. And it's going to end in the dark. You watch. Now, while we're waiting, that's in neutral, isn't it? Yep. Good. We can. No, wrong. E, not 8. Let's go look at the inside. Because people wanted to do that. G'day, brother. How you doing? It's significantly darker in the dark, that's for sure. Let's go down to first class. Toilets do not work. We tried. Ooh, diesel noises. Mr. Ace just messaged me, currently heading on a train from Belgium to Germany. Magnificent. Yes, he's flicked a few messages around. He's a good lad. He's looking after us all. Making sure we all know where he is, so after he gets kidnapped, we can send the police to the right place. First class. Behold, in its magnificent glory. We're all too poor to sit in here, but that's okay. Yeah, better go and make our way back to the front of the train, I guess, because I think it wants to leave. With all, what was in there? 3 people? Something like that. Well, there's a few more. Not many. That sounds like a 150. Alright, shut the riffraff door. Closed and locked. Keep the gypsies out. Doors closed. Departing late. It's okay. A whole minute. Wow. Due engineering work should divert onto the up main at Dawlish, Warren and Tynemouth. Apply some power. Notch 4. That's some power.
Service to Plymouth. We'll be calling at Dawlish, Tinmouth, Newton Abbot, Totnes, Ivy Bridge and Plymouth.
Andy reckons no, at 7:30 AM should be light by the time you get to Plymouth. Nice. Cross country. Ooh. Gordavant says on the DTG Discord channel there is a very small update changelog from DTG. Jamie just now saw it. Yes, there should be a little one. Medway says, does a Humble Bundle work on Microsoft? Steam only, I believe, sadly. It gets you Steam keys. Pete says, used his Isle of Wight passport, evidently. Could be. I somewhat humorously made a tutorial for driving this. Even though I've already got a tutorial for the 802. I just thought I had to. Because I figured if I didn't make a tutorial for it, some smooth brain would go, you've got a tutorial for every other train, how come you haven't got one for this one? Tim says, what do you think of the Niddertalbahn route and the Expert BO101 pack? Nice to have your opinion on the route and pack. Niddertalbahn route's quite nice. Of single track main lines, I actually prefer Mittenwaldbahn to Niddertalbahn, but depends whether you like mountains or if you like flat stuff. Niddertalbahn is essentially nearly all flat. It's not really a challenging drive. It feels a bit slow, whereas Mittenwald Barn, even though it's the same speeds for the most part, feels faster because there's mountains and hills and corners and stuff, which make it more entertaining. Gives you a bit more to do. As for the Expert 101, if you know German, fine, you'll probably enjoy the thing. I know a lot of German players love it, but I would get the Expert 147 or 143? Whichever one it is. I'd get that one because its instructions for fixing faults are actually in English. Well, I think they're localized actually. Let me just see, is it the DB? Expert DB 145 everything reckons. Really? It is, look at that. It's 145. Okay. I was wrong. Both counts. Had a 50-50 chance of getting it and I got it wrong. Oh. So the 101's good, but only if you know German. Well, I should say it was good if you'd prepare to look up the error messages and translate them. Whereas the 145, which is what I should have called it in the first place, instead of saying is it the 143 or the 147, because it was neither, dead in the middle. Hey. Wheel slip and slide lit up. Ooh, good. Still, I think that button's just lit. Do you mean you can turn slip and slide on or off? Weird. Off we go to the door of Lish. Will the ocean be frozen? That's the question. Does the ocean ever freeze? I think I've asked that on stream before of UK people and got back that sort of was the answer. It's not something Aussies ever get to experience, really. We just don't get that cold. Find myself a lozenge. There we go. There's always some in my work bag. Till that day that I've eaten them all. Hello, LSRP 2006. Welcome along. We're driving this thing. I don't know, it's a good question, but I can't turn it back on. It won't stay on. Funny if that did something, wouldn't it? Is it meant to show numbers here as well? Always wondered. Oh, it's shunt. I thought it was a different word that had SUT in it. Okay. You won't go there. Don't need to explain that. No. Big footbridge. The accessible footbridge that takes several kilometres to actually get to the right height. Tim Smith says, thank you, I'm on Xbox One, so I'm just getting the Expert VR 101 and the digital bone for now, hoping for a DLC sale in June. I would, if I were you, get yourself onto an Xbox, at least an S, if you can afford it, an X. I think if you continue on the X-Bone, you're probably going to be sad eventually. Because I predict you have the last TSW version for the console. The ocean is not frozen. There is a mod which puts waves and splashes along the Dawlish seawall. I keep forgetting to try it. Must do that. I think that would be a good thing to do. Look at that lovely snowy beach. Just makes you want to get into your Speedos and go for a swim, doesn't it? If you are moving from Xbox One to the S or the X, your DLC stuff comes with you. Pete says, I hope you're right, Gen 8. I just kind of have a gut feel now that the usage has dropped quite a lot. And he says, isn't that where either the cruise control is shown or like on the Javelin, track speed is shown in some sort of control area? Yeah, it could be. Could well be. Bing. Today's stream is brought to you by the machine that goes. Very early slowdown. Tim says, thank you for the advice. I'm definitely looking into getting an Xbox X. It'd be a good thing if you can afford it. It'll be a different world. Especially if you connect it up to a 4K TV. It's a lot better. But even if you run just at 1080, it's a significant experience change over the Xbox One. Look at the pretty Ferris wheel. This is the one you can ride, isn't it? Is this one you can get to and ride? It's alright, we've got the little banana stick now. I can feel the copyright strike coming now. That one doesn't go round, so I don't think it's the one you can ride. One of the routes has got one that you can ride on. No, you don't have to buy your stuff again, Tim. If you move from Xbox to PlayStation or Xbox to PC, you would end up buying it again. Actually, even Xbox to PC, that's not true anymore because the Microsoft Store will actually install your DLC onto a PC these days. Who told you you'd have to buy it all again? What a meanie. Gonna be running wrong rail for a little while. And he agrees if staying on the Xbox platform, you do not have to buy your DLC again. And Pete says it was part of the HST farewell pack, the wheel you can ride. Ah. I knew there's one somewhere. I was actually really sad when I finished the mastery for Thomas. You can't go into the fairground. You're blocked. I was kind of annoyed by that. So this is where we should have a TSR, because, you know, that side of the line's blocked. Ian said Xbox probably told him to keep the custom. Yeah. Well, if you've got a PC, Tim, you can. As long as the DLC is not installed on your Xbox, you can actually go to the Xbox Store on your PC, load the Xbox Store app, and you can install it on your PC. Yep, wheel slips back on. Some of the train will be in the platform, honest. Oh, that's the sand button, the wheel slip slide. Maybe none of the train will be in the platform. It's very slippery. More slippery than I was thinking. Bop, bop. But there's no signal, so I think we can go back. Yep, there's no signal. We can go back. Someone on the TSW Discord told you that. Ooh. That's not cool. Just got a message from somebody. I have someone telling me that someone in my Discord is DMing them and they don't like them, and it's like, well, okay, block them and report them then. I do not control people. Right, better stop there because there is a signal at the other end. Right, doors open. Not that we really need to or anything. And back to forwards. And we'll close the doors because they're not going to do anything anyway. And off we go to Tynemouth once the door's actually shut. There we go. Blue light. Off we go. It'll figure out we're going the other way and the signal won't be red anymore. It'll be fine. It is very slippery. And he says, I ended up in the Microsoft Store for TSW on my PC, had an older version on Game Pass. With TSW 6 not being on Game Pass anymore, I just decided to buy it. Yeah, that works. And Gav says, I have no puppet strings. And Ian says, in real life, if drive overshoots a station, would they reverse back into the station? If they had a crew member on board who was qualified to go and stand in the back, and the signalman gave them permission, maybe. is the answer. It would depend on the line and the operator. I've been on electric trains here where they've done it, and others where they've just kept going. Yes, and this person wants to give me the heads up about someone behaving badly. It's like, it's in DMs, dude. What am I going to do about it? Let's see how the poll's going. We've got 35% nice livery, 42% okay, 12% crap, and 12% scam. 11% scam and 11% crap now. Okay. That's because nice went up to 33. Okay is now 44. As we make our way along the magnificent Dawlish coast. I thought that was a swimming pool for a moment. That's worth doing, isn't it? Dark. Very dark. Tim Smith said was everyone's first TSW route. My first TSW route was actually CSX Heavy Haul, better known as Sandpatch Grade. I ran that one on the weekend. I actually kind of enjoyed my American Freight weekend, so I'm going to do another one next weekend. On tomorrow night, I have a thing called BRNO, which is a horror train game that may or may not have nudity and violence in it. We'll see. And Sunday morning, I'm going to run a Bumpy Ride, which is a new game. I haven't even tried it. And Sunday evening, I'm going to run US Freight again in Train Sim World. I'll try a Bumpy Ride prior. Oh, something just came out in the DTG Discord. I just got a notification. Is that a road map? Let's have a look. It's a video feed. It's probably just a release of this train. No, it's the road map.
We are now approaching Timber.
Yeah, it's the road map stream, which will be released at scheduled for the 6th of May, which must be, what, about 4 AM or something, I guess? Am I supposed to stop? Oh god. Well, I shouldn't have gone off and looked at the road map stream, should I? Here you go. Here's a link to the road map stream since I missed a station. And we went very fast through those points. Everybody in the back's gone, oh, my arm's broken.
Welcome aboard this Great British Railway. Service to Plymouth. You'll be calling at Newton Abbot, Totnes, Ivy.
It's actually quite a big patch. Yeah. Oh no, it's a little patch, sorry.
The next station is Newton Abbot.
The GWE 27 timetable now shows the correct duration for services, but they said should. Riviera Line fixed running on fume scenario, asking for players to take off the fuel cap on the wrong side of the train on PC only. Well, there you go. I haven't seen anything in here yet about a road map itself, so the stream is scheduled, which means the road map article will probably come out while I'm asleep, I imagine. Oops, wrong thing. I wanted to put a heart on that, JB, sorry. Off we go to Newton Abbot. Honest. Eventually. Not having much luck stopping today, get distracting at the wrong moment. Yes. Gavs can hear the door banging. Tim started with TSW and then TSW2. Yeah, C6 Heavy Haul was the first one, but it wasn't called Trains... Or was it called Train Sim World, actually? I'm not sure. I'd go and check in the Microsoft Store, but then I'd probably forget to stop at the end of the line and crash the train. That would be boring. Fun for you. Why isn't that frozen? I'm having a Nebworth stream to beat Matt's record. What's Matt's record? Maybe I should deliberately not stop at every single station. I was wondering why my train wasn't speeding up. I actually moved the wrong lever on the TSCX controller. Oh well. Looks like Truck World Australia has an announcement too. There's a survey. Radio stations. I don't want radio stations. I can't stream with radio stations. Andy says, I'll wait your video of the roadmap as you do 15 minutes in what takes DTG 2+ hours to tell us. Yep. I don't see myself getting up at 4 AM to watch the roadmap stream though. I watch it after I'm awake, while I'm recording mine. We're up to 43% okay on the livery now. 33 nice, 43 okay, 10% crap, 13% scam. And I'd better pay attention or we're going to spad. This would be good for you, because you can have a good laugh. Not so good for me, because I'd have to start again. Gratuitous bridge shots. You should clip the stream and pass it to Matt, then Gav. That would be funny. Andy says, only two things I want to hear is Tadami and the Just Trains route are out in the next couple of weeks. Anything else I'm not fussed about at the moment. Andy says, right back from the shower and already 10 minutes late. Oh, I've missed several stations too there, Andy. I would like Tadami to come out too. Funnily enough, I actually have access these days to when stuff's supposed to come out, but to be honest with you, I haven't wanted to look, because it ruins the fun. It would also mean I wouldn't be able to speculate. Because I haven't looked, I can speculate all I want. Holy Trucker says same, I just want 2 UK routes, and that's it, I'm done with TSW. You do say that from time to time.
This is Newton Abbot. British Railways service to Plymouth, calling at Totnes, Ivybridge, and Plymouth.
There's another one. Be funny if it was the same number as mine, wouldn't it? he's heading off the other way. He's got a red signal too. Excellent. Don't spad. Slidey dude, do not spad. We're not going anywhere.
We'll be calling at Tottenham, Ivy, and Plymouth.
We'll move up to the signal. It's green anyway.
The next station is Tottenham.
It's interesting it's telling me I have to wait till the train passes because, you know, I'm so late. No, I'm early. Late? Late. Could potentially get to Totnes on time though if I did 100 mile an hour. Bye-bye, fellow GBR man. I shouldn't assume it's a man. Let's go look. And it's not. It's Dr. Spock. Andy says, great job, Mr. Fireman. Well, there's a reason I'm not a driver. I've got a driver's muscle, though. Tim Smith said, I was watching... Someone yesterday said the new Class 802 is a cash grab. They probably said everything's a cash grab. But, you know, people can say whatever they want. You need to make up your mind. I have no drama if people think it's a cash grab or they think it's nice or they think it's something they want or something they don't want. It's an individual choice for each individual person. Why am I yellow? I still haven't fixed my white balance on my camera. Must do that. Holy Trucker says the controller issue crashing the whole damn game. It freezes still after the Xbox controller disconnects or glitches for a second. Only game to do it is TSW6. It is weird. It's very weird. Andy says, I hope we get a way to pass SPADs and not like restart. Well, if you're playing on PC, install God mode and you can turn SPADs off. But the consequences are on you. I kind of like Diesel Railcar Simulator because if you SPAD, it goes, you SPAD. And then you crash into another train and you go, dope, bugger. Stop turning into Donald Trump, you reckon? I'm not orange last time I looked. I'm yellow. I've got 6.5 miles to fix it. I should fix it. Of course, it'll only be right for what we're doing at the moment. Let's do in there. Properties. Configure video. White balance is on auto. That's weird. Let's take it off auto. No, that's red. Whee! Oh, perfect. Black and white. No, I'm going to put it back in auto. Auto's actually better than what I can do. Okay. Never mind. It's fine. We'll just pretend it's okay. Yellow's okay. We both have a driver's stomach, you reckon, Andy? It's called the driver's muscle, young fella. Oh, it stopped snowing too. That's nice. We can pick up some speed. I keep meaning to look on Googly Maps and find out what this place actually is. My guess is a concrete plant. Because they could be limestone kilns. But, I don't know. Tim Smith has the GBR 802 from Creators Club. Well, don't lose it, because it's been deleted. Oh, we're snowing again. Andy said, I called out yesterday on the Blackpool branches at the red just before the token exchange was going a bit quick as I expected it to change as soon as I hit the checkpoint as usual, and it didn't. Bugger. Andy says, I mean, it's better than a yellow light than a red light. And Ian says, during winter you could look as though you have been sunburnt with the red. I could do that. I just get little horns. That would be funny. It looks alright in the tunnel. Not a bad transition from light to dark as well. How does it go at the other end from dark to light? Not bad, actually. There aren't many of the trains that do that well. That one's not bad. I appreciate that one. Oh no, too fast. Shame, horror. Isle of Wight Transport, hello. The most dull burning interior in the world. Please tell me they're going to change the interior when the real train is overhauled. I don't know. We were trying to figure out if this one was different. It doesn't have GWR in the chairs anymore. I have GWR though. No, that side. I keep forgetting I'm backwards. I have to turn my camera, I have to flip it so you guys can read something if I've got a shirt with writing on it. Otherwise it would be backwards for you. But that means I have to think when I want to point left, I have to point to the right, and when I want to point to the right, I have to point to the left. Does that make sense? Probably not. Probably not. At least its red lights aren't too bright, that's nice. There are some of these out on the network now, aren't there? In real life. And he says, I always forget the whistle code when exiting a tunnel on VR networks. I don't think there is one anymore. Olive White says they deleted the Creators Club livery. I swear I saw another one here a couple of days ago. Yeah, says people boring. But as soon as someone reports it, it'll get deleted because the terms and conditions say that you can only put up your original work. You cannot copy it. You cannot use a logo except for the ones that have been allowed by their operators, which aren't many, and this isn't one of them. I thought there actually was at least one train in this livery, Isle of Wight Transport. Didn't they reveal a real one? Or was that a mock-up? Simon says it looks different in this one, blue replacing green, probably speculation on DTG's part rather than something from GBR. Or is it? Who knows? I actually did think there was at least one real train. Yeah, I just did some quick searching. There is a mock-up. a template train, it's called. And it looks like Thameslink is going to get the first one in June. Oh, there we go. Simon says no real ones. Isle of Wight, that's what I thought. The Hornby model and the work DTG bid, nothing real yet. Well, nothing they've shown us anyway. Wonderful to see some evolution before it appears in reality. Well, it's possible. Hopefully they'll get rid of the horrible yellow nose. Tim Smith says an 801 GBR in the Creators Club. Yeah, it'll get deleted. And Simon says it's nice to see livery variations for different types of service. They'll end up getting deleted, and the people who persist on posting them will end up getting themselves banned. And since the banning is based on your game ID, then you'd lose access to Dovetail Live, which means no more mastery as well. Well, Thameslink's probably the easiest to paint Isle of Wight because they're already white. It's a good base coat. Assuming they don't just do a vinyl wrap. Totnes, home of the steam railway.
We are now approaching Totnes.
Simon says Thameslink is dull, so that'd be nice. Yes, there is a nice little steam railway back here. I did do a thing where we brought some steam trains and a 150 in here as something to do when this route released. It's kind of fun. I did quite a bit of free roam stuff when this route released. Isle of Wight says Dovetail Games don't stop any other liveries with company logos. Yes, they do. Anything that gets reported that is copyright gets removed. There are a few people spreading this falsy, so don't believe what you hear, because if you go onto the DTG Discord, you will see a lot of people complaining that their liveries have been removed. So it definitely happens, and it happens through user reports. I don't know if they also go and scan the place. They used to. I don't know if they still do. Simon says there's an SWR unit with the new logo. Yeah, there are some that have got stickers on them, I did read. And he says, not true, as the LNWR one I had Creators Club isn't available anymore. Yes, there's a lot of stuff that gets taken down. Just go and look on the Discord and you'll see people complaining that their stuff's gone. And the terms and conditions are very simple. You can use a logo if it's from one of the brands that allows it, and there's a list of brands. And if not, you cannot. And the work must be your own original design, so you can't just copy a livery.
Service to Plymouth.
But there's a lot of people spreading that falsehood because it suits them to. So don't believe everything you get told. Be smarter than that. What do you mean you can't walk to the heritage platforms? You can. It's a long bloody walk, but you can. Andy said, tried to make stuff on PC, didn't save. PS4 is quite hard to make for me. It is. Ian says, I don't know how the creator thing works anyway, just found it frustrating. And Isle of Wight says, personally, I can see it on a class 484. Uh-oh, I'm about to get run over. Get out the way. I think a joke one like that, Tim, you may well get away with it, but I would make it a little bit different. I remember I built some Victorian Railway stuff, so I did the Victorian Railways F class, which is a class 8. And I made another one up which was pretty close to one of the UK ones. But Yes, I ran into issues. Don't passengers walk down the tracks? I've been on trains delayed in the UK with passengers walking on the tracks. Whee! Oh, no climb up. Boring. Yeah, go for it, Isle of Wight. It's up to you. There you go. You can walk here all you want. Down the tracks. Anyway, let's go back to our train. Boop. Magic. Oh, did it get held in the middle? How embarrassment. Oops. You know what I didn't do? Dumbo.
Welcome aboard this Great British Railway. Service to Plymouth. We'll be calling at Ivy Bridge.
Did the doors not close? No, they didn't. I didn't open the right ones, did I? Oh, I know what it is. It's that one. Which means I opened the doors again, so now I have to close them again. Because I opened these ones again, because I'm clever. Right, now we can go. Meanwhile, that guy around the corner there is going, bastard. Tim Smith's probably black and red like Grand Central. Anarchist Angel sprinting on the tracks. Yes, I'm naughty Anarchist Angel. Meet my conscious, Anarchist Angel. She's my German train conscious. 25 mile an hour. Very exciting. Isle of Wight Transport, because I have a few that subscribe that shouldn't be there. Well, it's up to you. If you want to report them, report them. I'm not going to tell you to go do it. That's something for you to think about, whether you want to or not. But I put up some VR stuff and mine got taken down. And Nat told me off. It's like, you're an ambassador, you should know better. Flying Southern, their Great Northern's Electra Stars would definitely be easier to paint as they're a plain white too, like Thameslink. And Isle of Wight says they did change the announcements, they have. Andy says now you're turning green slightly. What might be confusing it is I have these coloured lights. That might be confusing the camera quite a bit. Yeah, look. I could turn them off, but, you know. This is fun, delaying this train behind us. Should probably go faster, though, before it gets upset and rams us. Tim says, I recently did a Hogwarts train using the Flying Scotsman. Well, if you put up a red train, that would be okay. But if you put the Hogwarts logo on it, maybe not. Andy said, I think the only way around the livery issue is one that's come with mods, as they don't come under the same limitations as Creator Club. That is true. And Gav said only Nat would say that. Nat's fun. I like Nat. He's a cool human. She does certainly like a good shit stirring. But yes, mods don't come under the issues of Creators Club because they come from elsewhere. A blueberry, says Gav. What was that girl's name? The one that wanted the golden egg? She got turned into a blueberry, didn't she? Tim had the Hogwarts writing but no logo. Yeah, you probably get away with that. I have a Hogwarts train over in the cupboard over there. I bought it at one of the tourist railways in Veruca. That was it, Veruca. Veronica's Close, Veruca was the chick's name. But I got a Hogwarts steam engine at one of the heritage railways I visited. They had a little shop. I think it was £4. I couldn't resist. I also bought a Class 08 and a Toads type guards van from the people who built Grange Betton? Yeah, Grange Betton. Because they were selling model stuff as a fundraiser. Tried to complete the original train, Tim. I've got it in Lego. I've got 8 carriages of it in Lego. When I want to really annoy my Lego train club, I take it and run it on their layout. Because they're very serious. Here comes Hogwarts! I usually put it on there when our club leader goes away for lunch or something, so it's there when he comes back. Or I'll just hide it under a bridge or something somewhere. Last year on our club layout, when it was on display, I had a TARDIS and weeping angels and all sorts of shit. It was good. Flying Southerner wants to do the Flying Southerner steam train, the one in your logo in TSW. Issue is a livery designer and I don't get on very well. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. You do have to let go of perfection with delivery designer or you'll go mad. It works okay, but it is... you need to minimize the layers you're using too. I always thought the change to 1,000 layers was a bit of a mistake because it lets people do some really creative stuff, but it also means that someone on, say, an Xbox One or a PS4 gets 3 frames per second when they use it, which is a bit unfair. What would be really cool is when you publish it, to collapse all the layers into a scheme. Too fast, again. Naughty, as always. This looks quite pretty, doesn't it? Bit of snow falling. And some very fast-moving clouds. Tim says, got the model train shop. It's called Rails of Sheffield. I do encourage people to go check out their local heritage railway if you're buying model stuff, because lots of them have, not all, but quite a lot of them have quite extensive model shops, and they're often really, really cheap. I had to avoid the temptation when I was in the UK last year because my bag was pretty much full. So I couldn't really bring much home. Last year I found a block instrument that, had there been 2, I definitely would have bought them and shipped them home, but there was only 1. Because how cool would it be to have at home go, bing, bing, bing. It would just be fun. I'd have to get them together and make them work. It's not very hard to wire them up. That would be awesome fun. So if I see 2 this year, I'll be buying them, as long as they're reasonably priced. But you never even see stuff like that turn up in Australia. It just doesn't happen. And he says, holy stuffing, just opened War Thunder and my headphones started bugging. Bugger. It's your own fault for playing War Thunder. The game is free. Till you buy everything. Ah! More screenshot. Into the tunnel we go. Yep, makes sense. Been thinking of getting a Class 66. One of those was given to Harry at last year's Ambassador event, and she was so happy. It was one of those moments she was so happy she started to cry. But I definitely encourage people in the UK in particular, go find your local heritage railway and see what they've got to sell, because a lot of stuff turns up there. And I saw some really nice models. There were models that had been detailed and weathered by people. They looked really good. I was kind of sad that I wasn't buying them all and taking them home. I saw a really nice steam engine too, an actual steam engine. and it was kind of within the kind of price range I could afford, and I probably could have shipped it home for not a ridiculous amount of money. But then I thought about getting a boiler made in the UK, certified by ABMSC, and thought, nah, it's not worth it. I'd never be able to run it anywhere, because they won't certify a boiler that's not made to the Australian standards. It was a beautiful model though, but I would have to have ripped it apart and have a new boiler built for it and put in. I have 4.2 miles. I'm just going to mute a Discord server because this guy's really giving me the irrits. He's bloody pinging everyone over and over and over. Mute until I turn it back on. Good. Done. What kind of person sits in a Discord server going, everyone, everyone, everyone? It's like, after you've sent the first one, dude, no one's replied, it means no one cares. You're now being the fighter, Andy. Very good. I kind of like the seaside part of this route more than this bit, but this bit's still kind of nice. This might be the first time I played it with snow, actually. Oh, look at the poor cows. Are you cold? I'm mowing freezing. Andy Led says, I can't stand things like War Thunder. I want to play ground warfare. I play armour. If I'm doing flying, then I play DCS. And the Aussie Brit says, what's your favourite heritage railway you visited last trip? I went on the Jacobite and it was incredible. I haven't done that one. I think my favourite out of all of the trips, to be honest, is the Welsh Highland. That one is really nice. My second would be Tallaght. The Bury Railway was a surprising fun one. Bluebell's quite good. West Somerset is a magnificent railway, really well run. York is really well run. I should say Yorkshire Moors. So some really good ones. The one thing I will say is, on every single heritage railway I've been on, except one, the people were really friendly and chatting to crews, chatting with signalmen, chatting to station people. Everybody would quite happily spend the time to have a brief chat. I think you could wear that out quite easily, but everybody was really happy and friendly. And there was one railway where I encountered some miserable assholes. There were some nice people there too, but on the Isle of Wight Railway, there were some miserable ones on that railway. Holy Trucker says, the question is, do I want to buy this DLC, clothes for my train? Well, it's clothes, 2 scenarios and 4 scenarios and 4 services. So that's entirely up to you, Holy Trucker. My guess would be it'll be about $11 in Australian, something along those lines. I haven't actually seen a price yet. Tip specific 2 heritage railways I like, Barrow Hill and Chesterfield, and one in Barnsley, which is Ellie-Car Heritage. Yeah, some really cool railways there. Anarchist Angel says, I use everyone only for announcements or important polls on my own Discord. Yes, my ping thing, my ping cord bot that pings my YouTube videos doesn't even mention everyone anymore. It mentions a group that people can volunteer to be in. Andy said, is it someone on Discord pinging everyone? No, it's not my Discord, mate. It's another one I'm in. It's the Lego Train Club Discord. Andy says, gotta love this trash internet with my internet right now. Mine's pretty good. I've got fibre. I quite like it. Pete says, I go on the WSR most years while on holiday. I've been on it 2 years in a row now. Maybe it'll be 3 this time because we're going to be in that area. So yeah, I quite like WSR. It's a nice railway. I like the pub at Whitby that you can stay in too. That's quite nice. Not Whitby, No, it's not Whitby. Minehead. Wrong end of wrong railway. Very poor geography. Richie will whack me for having poor geography. He does like teaching geography. The Aussie Brit says Ravenglass, love that one. I have been on that one. The other one I'd like to go on is the Little Railway. The one with tiny trains. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but it's down on the southeast. And last year I was on Jamie's Railway, the North Norfolk, or the Poppy Line, which is quite a good one. It's a very short one, that one. It's only got 3 stations, but it's fun. Tim Smith has the West Somerset route and TSW. Want to go visit it, and the North Yorkshire Moors. Yeah, they're both really good. We are sliding. This is not going well. This is going very poorly. I'm just sliding. The train will stop in this platform, just not the other one. Ooh, we can have a coach in the platform. Win. Perfect. How many doors are actually in the platform, do you think? Oh, look at that. 2. Nice work. There you go. Get in, folks. That's okay. Holy Trucker wants the Trent Valley route. Hope that is out next. Well, roadmap today. Perhaps we'll find out. Perhaps we won't. We'll see. Yes, the Lego Club has a Discord. I haven't set much of my travel for the route. Why didn't that close? Have I got a train fault or something?
Great British Railways, service to Plymouth. We'll be calling at Plymouth only.
No, wrong door. I was hoping that was a guard's key. There it goes. That one wasn't open, was it? No. Yes, Whitby is North Yorkshire Moors. Chain Tracer Andy, can you fit me in the luggage? Not likely. Southerner says, I need to pay a visit to the Bluebell at some point. I do have someone that works at GCR on my Discord though, which is cool. Yeah, Great Central looks like a good one. I tried to get there last year, but I just couldn't make it work in the days. So that could potentially be on this year's list. I know a couple of people that work on Bluebell. I know a couple of people on West Somerset. I know people in North Yorkshire. I know some people on Tallaght. Quite a lot of people on Tallaght, actually. There's a lot of people on Tallaght that are on my railway as well. And quite a few people Bluebell. Yeah, that's where I know most of my people. I met a guy from Australia who was actually firing on the Welsh Highland, which was cool. The Aussie Brit is hopeful to volunteer at the Tallaght next year for a bit, perhaps some of the other ones too, if there's any others that offer volunteer accommodation. There are. Tallaught's a good one. Get in touch with them really early, because if they need you to do any inductions or anything, you can get that happening before you get there. Two generations. North Yorkshire Moors in TSW would be okay. It's a little bit of a quiet railway though. It's a bit like West Somerset, so it would be an acquired taste type of thing. Plymouth, 9 miles away. Andy says the base game of DCS is still free. Holy Trucker says all aboard drop some pics. It must be close. Could be. Drop me a link on my Discord if you've seen pics somewhere, because I'm not on socials much. Train Tracer Andy says your PC was a cheap gaming laptop, never 3K PC that you stole from your dad. Fair enough. Southerners, you got mail. Tim says, Sir Nigel Gresley on YouTube at the West Somerset Railway. Yes, it has been there of recent times. A nice looking engine, that one. And Aussie Brit says, thank you for the advice. Will do. I find when I'm visiting a heritage railway, even if I'm going to volunteer and work there, like on Talathin, I fired Dolgok for the day. I always buy myself a ticket as well, just to support the railway, because they're doing something cool for you. Doing something cool for them is worthwhile. My general schedule, I probably will organise a meetup while we are there. Says he going too fast. UK 2026, that's the one. So just as generally speaking, from around, we'll be in London the first week of August. I don't know if I'll do a meetup in London though, because I probably feel a bit shit from the flight. Glasgow. We'll be in Scotland, around Glasgow and Edinburgh, etc. for the week after that. Then we'll be around York for a little while. Could do a meet-up at the NRM, perhaps. There's a bank holiday on that day. Must remember not to be in a train on a bank holiday, because that never works. Be in Chatham for a little while after that. And then Wales. And then nothing programmed for the 2 weeks after that before we go home. So these things will come. I was waiting to find out when something else was on before I programmed the rest, because I didn't want to arrange stuff that would just subsequently have to change. No, we want this side. This side's got the pretty light. There we go. Doop. More screenshots. Because you have to. It's a bridge. It's required. If you've got any qualifications from another railway, Aussie Brit, let them know. They might ask you to share those with them. But even if you don't do volunteering on the trains, then there's always other work that they always need help with. Andy Ladd says, I was going to suggest maybe the NRM for a meetup might be good. I do actually have a date for NRM, which is tentative at this point, but probably the Tuesday after the bank holiday, I would think. So Tuesday the 11th would be a possibility in the afternoon for NRM. I think that would be relatively likely. So we'll see. Southerner says, if you need something to do and want to meet up, give me a DM and I'll check my diary. Excellent. No Richie this time though. Farts too much. I am actually meeting Richie and Shan. We have a double date. Have to go and take my wife onto the walls at York to prove to her that there is a place called Bitch Daughter Tower. Because she doesn't believe me. You're begging to be in my luggage, says Andy. I think I'd get in trouble, mate. Besides, it would be taking you or taking clothes. I think I'd rather take clothes. Aussie Brett says, I'm going completely fresh. I'm a gardener, though even just line-side gardening or crew or similar would be cool. Chief will do anything that they needed. Yeah, they have a really big line-side crew, actually. There's people from all over the place go and work in the gardens there. If you want to do garden stuff or line-side stuff, make sure you're not there in winter. Flying Southerner said, if Mrs. TSD will let you get away with it, maybe a trip to the Bluebell. It'd be possible, because that's just like an hour from London. It's not that hard to get to. That would be a possibility. Let me stick it on the spreadsheet as a possibility. The spreadsheet of doom. Actually, the timing wouldn't work terribly well. Could potentially do it on... yeah, might be a bit tight. I'll have a think about whether we might do that at the other end of the trip, maybe. Doesn't work that well at the start of the trip. Flying Southern. Andy says, just make sure you're in an open and well-ventilated place when you meet Richie. I have experienced Richie in a closed, unventilated space with casual. Andy says, I'll bring an extra bag. I'll pay for it to happen. What's that in your bag? Nothing. It's a meat sandwich. Making our way into Plymouth. I would think the far end of the trip might work better, because I'm just looking at when we're in London. On the day we arrive, I'm not going to put anything on that day because we'll be wrecked from the plane, but the other challenge is that we could arrive really, really late because we're going via Dubai, and there could be problems that delay us for some funny reason. So potentially up around the end of the month, end of August might be a possibility. We shall keep an eye on that as we develop the programming for other things. Hello. Here's the lady who hates trains standing next to me, giving me the look. So we have a deal. Every railway, she gets a castle. What do you want? I'm getting the evil eye.
I'm going back to making cakes.
She's going back to making cakes, apparently.
I've made 3.
3?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm baking for tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
But I can't find my cake carrier.
Just put them in your cat pram. Suddenly means I was there talking the cucumber bunker about meeting up somewhere in the northeast. There is. So NRM would be a possibility. North Yorkshire Moors would be a possibility if only to get proper fish and chips up at Whitby. Gav says, next minute you come back home and find Richie in your luggage and customs frisk him down. Oh, they'd definitely find him because he smells terrible. Andy says, busted. The Aussie Brit says, are there any galas or rail tours or anything like that? There's not that much on in August. What I am looking for is a Driver X. So there's the same railway I did one on last time, Swanage, has got one. But it's not a full-length line one, which I want to do. Don't know why I slowed down this much this early, but I did. Andy wants to take a cake home. It looks lonely. I would be also looking for traction engine events, but there's not as many as there used to be. Great Dorset's dead. I would have loved to have gone to Great Dorset. Pete's had some updates come through for TSW. That's because this is about to go live. Not right now, but tomorrow. Suddenly says, and for those who are wondering what I mean by the cucumber bunker, it's where we plan a big train relays. And the driver's muscle feels like a perfect fit for it. I think I hear a Mixmaster. Maybe it's the train. No, it really is a Mixmaster. Gav says Richie's ears are perking up. Well, as long as he doesn't release anything via the sphincter of doom, we're okay. Last stop coming up at Plymouth. Excuse me. Too much talking. This will be the last stop for tonight's stream because it is coming up on 9:30. Pete says, I will be in Devon, Dorsey and Somerset the first 2 weeks of August, so we'll probably miss you. Yeah, we'll be up in Glasgow. Up with the people who wear skirts, all of them. And fluffy little ball sacks. Andy says, Simrail's been acting good on this used PC. That's good. It hates mine. I have to run at almost minimum settings or it just explodes. Yes, the Mixmaster of Doom, cake number 4 apparently. Aussie Brit, did you get to visit the Greatest Gathering last year? Those tickets went faster than I could manage. I had a way to get a ticket, but I couldn't get there. So I couldn't make it happen in the right time frame. But I would not have been challenged to get in, because I would have just gone in with Dovetail and just helped man their stand. Andy says, your run's high, pretty good PC. This one's no slouch. It's an i9-14950. There's 48 gig of DDR6 RAM. There's DDR5 RAM, sorry. 4080 video card. It's pretty decent. Doesn't generally use cake mix, Gav. She makes them from scratch, but she takes them all to work. Not that I need more cake. I'm not complaining. I have enough cake. I have a belly made of cake. Cake and beer. We're home. Yeah, if we do happen to get into London on time on the first day, there's plenty of stuff around London that you can just go and do without booking anything. Suddenly says, I've got an i5-11400F, 32 gig DDR4 and 3060. Thinking about upgrades. I'd hold off for a little while. Everything's super expensive at the moment. Andy says, how funny how for some people Simrail runs great and for others very similar setup. It's bloody awful. Yeah, it's weird. There doesn't seem to be much of a rhyme or a reason to it. It's not my signal, is it? No, it's the next track. It's fine. Stop panicking. Gav says, Paul plus cake plus beer is explosion in Melbourne on the news. It's weather thin. Anarchist Angel says, Essen, is this you? Not today. Today it's Plymouth. No, Essen. And there we go. Let's open the doors. I wonder if the people of Essen and the people of Plymouth would be happy to know that they look similar. If you get one of these GBR things in Essen, it might be interesting. Hawk says, Flying Southerner and Moster upgrades for you to new motherboard, CPU, RAM, and big dollars at the moment. Yeah, and GPUs are expensive too. There's a 5070 Ti, Ryzen 7 7700 and 32 gig of RAM. That's not too bad. I wonder if that's the difference. I wonder if it runs shitty on Intel but good on on AMD. Interesting concept. And I did love AMD's April Fool's joke that they were buying Intel. Nice. That was about perfect. Shut down the train to complete this service. Okay. Max break. Run away before it finishes. Hello. was wondering what the game would do if that train took off before my screen happened. Anyway, enjoy yourself. Fun time. So it's been a good stream. You recently drove past a London tube. Well, fair enough. And Train Trace Randy says he does the Chernobyl stuff. No Chernobyl for me. Not today. You need an AZ5 button. Ooh. Anyway, enjoy yourselves. Have fun. I will be back tomorrow night with a game called BRNO, which is a horror train game based on the Eastern European area. So we'll see how that goes. Looks kind of interesting. Looks kind of weird. Actually looks very weird. So, you know, it's perfect for us on a Wednesday. Weird. Yep. Weird day. Weird Wednesday. I should make that a thing. Weird Wednesday. Alrighty. Enjoy yourselves, folks, and we shall see you later. Have fun, and next time. Thanks very much for dropping in. I have enjoyed the chat immensely. See you later. Bye.